At this moment in our history, we are honored to join. We are here benefiting music cares.
Never lost that spirit and soul for turning people on to music that
we love. Linda Perry calls your phone, you pick up.
You know, we like to share the process here, and I think we may have some fun.
I feel what we're curating is really great information, great entertainment.
Anytime, call me, I'm there.
Am I still on the internet?
It's a good thing. Everybody's looking for the same thing. 5, 4, 3.
What's up, y'all? Man here. I want to welcome you all to another episode of Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. This week, we got some very special guests. They're at home cooking up some music, just like they would be if they were on the road right now. So give it up for my homeboys with Florida Georgia Line. Yeah! What's up, everybody? Eugene Man Roberts, a.k.a. the Mayor, rolling, and I am here with Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. I got some of my good friends right here online with me, and well, let's go. Let's just start it. Aaron, what's up? Introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm Aaron Farmer. I play keys and guitar, some BGVs, music director of Florida Georgia Line. Sean, what you doing?
I'm sitting here behind my kit in my studio doing some tracking and whatnot, but I am the drummer / percussion / whatever I can do to keep my job for Florida Georgia Line.
Mr. Make It Happen.
Mr. Make It Happen.
All right, cool. So yeah, like I was saying, man, thank you guys for being on here. This is going to be cool, man. It's a good platform for us, man, to be able to talk and just share stories and history, man. And one thing I always realize doing this is we all have these similarities just as musicians, like whether we know each other or not. It's just as you talk, you're just like, that happened to you too, like, you know. What was that story? You was about to tell a story to us, Sean. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh no. So all right, so like, you know, we're doing these things with FGL, Florida Georgia Line. We're doing like we call it the quarantine videos, basically, where we're basically recreating the tracks and doing video for some of the big hits and maybe some of the not so big hits for Florida Georgia Line. Then we're putting them out on social media and just having some fun with them just getting back to being a band since we've been gone from each other for a while during this whole COVID-19 dealio. But the story is that, you know, I got contacted today. I'm a bit older, so I'm like 47. But back in 1992, there was this band called Green Jelly, and they had a one-hit wonder out. It was kind of a spoof song, kind of a rock and roll / metal version of Three Little Pigs. And so I met the guitar player for this group out of doing a project here in Nashville called Rare Hair with a good friend of mine named Tyson Leslie. And a guitar player contacted me this morning and said, hey, lead singer of Green Jelly wants to know if you'll do the drums and video, recreate those parts for this song called Three Little Pigs, and we're going to do a quarantine video behind it. So that's what I've been working on today, is getting that done. It's pretty fly. It's pretty dope. But I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember that song or not, but it was so fun. And I'm sitting there reminiscing the whole time as I'm playing the song, thinking of what I was doing in 1992. So it was just super fun. But anyway.
I find myself randomly going through hard drives. Like I just redid my whole studio and I'm going through drives and I'm like,
yeah.
Wow. Then I found myself sitting at my computer for like 3 hours, like store footage, just like,
bro.
Wow. And it's like stuff that never seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Like some of these artists, like the tour is so great. And it's like, oh, let's bring a camera crew. Let's capture it. When is it coming out? We don't know.
We don't know.
Give me a copy just in case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Aaron, talk to us, man. What you been doing, man?
Man, it's a little bit of the same. Working on the show. Like, I know tours have been canceled, things have been postponed or whatever, but I like to be kind of just prepared. So I've been kind of going through the old set list, some of the old tracks, some of the different intros, just stripping them back, repiecing them, doing some new elements, just getting it fresh for whenever we decide to go back out. And
so
kind of like Sean's. You know, same with like Sean. I got hit up before this phone call. I talked to 311's manager. They want me to do some stuff for them too. Talk about throwback. So just staying occupied, staying creative. You know.
Yeah. I highly resemble that word throwback. So
yeah.
Sorry. No. I'm the same way, man. Like John has a lot of new music coming out. His new album's about to come out, so I've been getting like all the stems and all the files. You know, like pre-doing some stuff. Like you know what it is. Staying ahead of the game. The reality of it is, depending on the level of artists, will be their level of preparation and the money they have to front a production to kind of get it started. Because you know, with the way everything's going, like there's not many guarantees. There's not going to be a advance for, you know, tour production and different things like that. So some things will be streamlined. You might have had a month, but now the tour is so much closer. You only got 2 weeks, and you know
exactly
get done. What about like relationships and different things guys been doing, like talking to old friends, or like this is like the time.
Seriously, it's been happening. I hit it like. This morning, I woke up to like a bunch of different texts from people I hadn't talked to in so long, like friends that are just kind of like, you know, life goes on. People get married, they have kids, they move away, whatever. Just people hitting you up. Hey, I'm sitting in my house. I'm bored. How you been? I've been thinking about you. Like, I'm thinking about you too. How you doing?
I think that's really cool though, because a lot of people don't really understand that just in this industry, relationships are really important. And I think that's the difference between people that, I guess, not make it, but, you know, are in better positions than others, shall I say.
Absolutely.
Because it's relationship and communication and just knowing how to build, like, especially like this time. I was telling a lot of the younger musicians, this is the time to reach out to your favorite person, like a DM or on a page, hey, just checking in on your family, hope all is well. And you start building those relationships. So what happens with that is you grow and everyone gets together, and you may work together, you may not work together, or your relationship might help this relationship. So it's just, this is just a good time, just like I said, build on relationships, rekindle relationships, just restructure overall.
Well, we get so busy touring and doing all the things that involve with touring that we forget to do that sometimes. You know, it's real easy to get so tied up in everyday life. Like for me, I have family too. I have 2 little girls, and you know, that kind of thing. So like my day never ends, you know, so it's like I go do that, and then I come home and I got to be attentive there. So it's really, this is a great time to not only reach out to those friends, but like even the friends that we have in the companies that we represent. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That have given us gear to like work with and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like, so,
well, you know,
so awesome.
I think that's a cool thing about, you know, even just with Roland, it's just a different family. It's different.
It totally is.
It's just different. Like, you know, a lot of people's like, what is it like to, you know, that relationship with Roland? Like, that's exactly what it is. It's a relationship.
It's like being friends. Like I talk to our rep almost every day. James here in Nashville is like, we hit it up. We write songs together. We just shoot I was about to cuss. We just chat, whatever. We good on here.
We just him out there, Aaron.
No, he just like for real. Like he just hit me up the other night. Like, dude, I'm just trying to watch a movie. You got anything to watch? I'm like, man, I don't know what you're feeling. I'm like, maybe watch Fried Green Tomatoes. It's one of those moments.
I think Aaron, a lot of people are being creative. You know, he started this the Rolling at Home thing. Like that's I think that's going to go pretty far as just the amount of people that are going to participate in it. I've been watching it closely and seeing what people are doing, and it's amazing to see people with the same gear have different outcomes. It's like, okay, I didn't think of it like that. Like, you know, actually, so this is a thing I like to do. So I used to have a question jar whenever I do this, but I don't have my jar. But I do have the question everybody always likes.
Okay.
What's the funniest, most embarrassing moment that has ever happened to you on a show?
Oh, I've got this one nailed.
Yeah,
Aaron,
you do,
got
Papa.
your story nailed. You go for it, but I've got one nailed.
Come on, Sean. Let's go, Sean.
You got this.
I've actually got 2. If I can tell you both, I'll try to make
Let's go. Just in case Aaron ain't got one.
Okay. So the first one was many years ago when I was the drummer for Luke Bryan, and we had a female fiddle player in the group, and we were just kind of fresh out of the gate. He had a song I called All My Friends Say. It was kind of like one of his first big hits. And so we're out on tour. And first time that we're in arenas and that kind of thing. So we're sitting in there. I think it was on the Blake Shelton tour or something like that. But at that point is when I started wearing a lot of skinny jeans. And so we're standing behind the curtain. We're getting ready to go. And of course, we're the opening act, so you don't get very many opportunities or this, that, and the other. Like when it's time to go, you got to go.
You got to go because if not, you're cut.
And so I get up on stage. I'm behind the curtain, and the beginning, the intro music is playing, and I'm starting to stretch my legs out. Right, I stretched way too far and split my pants from the upper portion all the way around to the back. And I couldn't tell anybody on stage because at that point we're on stage and there was nothing I could do. And guess who did not wear underwear that night? So I'm sitting at the drum kit and I'm playing, and I normally stand up and have fun with the crowd, but I'm sitting the whole time, and the fiddle player is a female. It's like, man, he's not into this tonight. Like, what's going on? And so she runs up onto the drum riser to see what's up, and the whole time I'm like shaking my head, don't come up here. But it was too late. She came up there and looked down, and there it was. In all its glory. But needless to say, that was the first embarrassing moment. The second one actually happened with Florida Georgia Line. Aaron, this was before your time.
This is back in your spandex days?
Same kind of situation when we're the opening act, and this was like the beginning of when we started using Ableton Live. And so I'm already frustrated with it because I've never used Ableton in my life at that point. And so we just having all kinds of mishaps happening. Like we didn't have a solid straight drive computer, and we had thresholds set too high, and all this
everywhere.
So it was triggering, like it would go into a song and it would trigger a different song. Anyways, I was so frustrated before we even went on stage that I had my in-ears a little loose, right? And so I didn't pull them, I didn't strap them up back behind my head. And we get up there and the music's playing, and I go to hit the first hit of this thing, and my sticks come back and grab my in-ears. And I throw them because I'm slinging the sticks down to hit the drum, and my in-ears fly off into the crowd. And at that point, it was literally it was a game to see who could slow this down the furthest. Because you're getting
the furthest and the fastest.
And the fastest, because you're hearing slapback.
Yeah.
Point. And so when you're hearing slapback, you feel like, oh, this song is, what's going on? Everybody's speeding up the drag. It was a messed up ordeal, man. Like those are the two most embarrassing things that have happened to me on stage.
Man, I think I think I got maybe two. Okay, so maybe back in 2012, I was playing keys with Nick Carter from Backstreet Boys. He was doing a solo run, and he had this whole thing with super space theme. So we had the entire band dressed up like astronauts on stage, looking ridiculous. It's great. And the helmet we were wearing starts spinning around while we're trying to like play these songs. We're playing songs, we're singing BGVs, all that thing. It's spinning around and fogging up. You see your guitar players like trying to get his. I'm trying to do this. The microphone's caught in it. That's probably
it's like The Exorcist.
Yeah. So you got all these people trying to play music and fixing their helmets, and it was a shit show. It was good. Second one happened with FGL. We're playing a country festival. For whatever reasons, the track rig and the backup computer decided to start just going wonky in the middle of a guitar solo. So like we're playing beats like this, just going, and then it just starts speeding up during the solo, and then it goes back to the beat at the end of the solo, and everyone's looking at each other on stage like, was that a joke? What's going on?
Let's be honest, you weren't looking around at everybody else. You were looking at the drummer because it was the drummer's fault. What?
I'm always looking at you, Papa. I'm always looking at you.
I'm gonna be honest. The MD drummer relationship is always the best. Like with John, Rashid Williams is the drummer with John, and I've been on the gig for about going on 15 years, and John, Rashid's been on probably like 10, maybe 12. But it's like we grew up together too, so it's just like when I'm programming, it's like 3 a.m. Hey, she, listen to this. Like cool. All right, cool. Like it's just like that relationship, and it's just like, hey, we got to edit the show. Hey, listen, bro. As long as you know the clicks, I need you to set us up after that 16. And we go, ain't gonna be long. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's just a level of trust and faith in that. Like, I like y'all relationship. Y'all have good energy, man. I'm sure you guys are a ball of fun on the road.
Oh yeah, he's my go-to. He's the only one that gets music outside of just country. Like he'll throw things from like throwback stuff to like stuff that I've never heard of, the stuff that I don't expect anybody else to listen to.
Yeah.
He's always there. He's always pumping me up musically and just being a good ear and a good shoulder to lean on to. So
yeah, thank you, Big Daddy. You back at you.
That's dope. That's dope. Before we get out of here, is there anything you guys want to share? Like anything you guys want to promote? Anything you want to say? What's up? What y'all want the people to know?
Man, I want to promote Aaron, man. Aaron's our man. He takes care of everything for us. So I mean, he's doing a great job, and I want to throw a shout out to him while we're here because he's killing it.
Dope.
Thanks, Papa.
That's dope, man.
Thanks, Papa.
Much
I'll
love.
expect payment for that later. I'll expect payment via PayPal.
I got you.
I need that bribe we talked about before we got on this call. That is funny.
Yeah, man.
Right, cool. Yeah, man. We're about to get out of here, man. Thank you guys for joining in. We're gonna share some of the cool content you guys sent in to go with this, and they're gonna make it a thing. It's gonna be cool.
Thanks for having us, bro. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Man. I just connected with you on the gram, Aaron. I'm gonna connect with you too, Sean, and then we'll just stay in contact. I'll shoot y'all my number, and we'll do something.
I love that.
We love it. Everybody got gear now. We ain't no reason we can't work and do some stuff.
Right,
bro?
Definitely.
I'm in.
All right, cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you.
Right, bye-bye.
Hey, let's go. Out here ain't nothing but woods and water. Drop a deer from a stand, catch a fish with a barber, drink a beer out the can, liquor out the bottle. How the good Lord intended it, yes He did. I love my country, I love my country. Six strings and fiddles and ski from Kentucky. We keep it funky, we like how it sounds. Monday to Sunday, yeah, I love my country. Up loud and proud, rolling into town, hanging out the window like a blue tick hound. Ain't sorry, ain't nothing to be sorry about. I love my country and I love my country up loud. Barbecue, steak fry, styrofoam plate date night. George Strait singing great swine. We turning up sitting lakeside. That pedal steel, she straight sliding over here to me. She do that Alabama shake like you ain't ever seen. I love my country, I love my country. Six strings and fiddles and ski from Kentucky. We keep it funky, we like how it sounds. Monday to Sunday, yeah, I love my country. Up loud and proud, rolling into town, hanging out the window like a blue tick hound. Ain't sorry, ain't nothing to be sorry about. I love my country and I love my country up loud. Oh yeah. I like pop and rock and rap. I like Skinner and going out downtown when I'm with her. Like driving too fast down a 4-lane road, but damn sure nowhere close to the way that I love my country, I love my country. Six strings and fiddles and ski from Kentucky. We keep it funky, we like how it sounds. Monday to Sunday, yeah, I love my country. Up loud and proud, rolling into town, hanging out the window like a blue tick hound. Ain't sorry, ain't nothing to be sorry about. I love my country and I love my country up loud. Oh yeah, I love my country up loud. Yeah, way up loud. Let's go, boys.
Yes. Florida Georgia Line. Wow. Shout out to my homeboys Aaron and Sean, Florida Georgia Line. I had a great conversation with them. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next up is I call him a living legend. MD to the Stars, my big homie, my big bro. You've seen him with Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson, Super Bowls, award shows, you name it. He's an incredible individual, CEO of BBE. Give it up for my homeboy, Adam Blackstone. Yeah. Black, what's up with you, man?
What's up, bro? We in this quarantine life, but I'm, thankful to be alive, man. Everybody's healthy and everybody's good, so that's all I could ask for.
Yeah, man, I've been talking to everybody just during the whole time and seeing what everybody's been up to. And I think the coolest thing I've been seeing is people collaborating that would normally not collaborate.
Me. I don't do the Zoom. I don't do the IG live, but I try to lead, let my actions musically specifically speak for myself. And so now, without there being a lot of activeness to do, or activity to do, I should say, I want to spread the knowledge in a whole nother way, which is, why I call on you and teach me the new school game and all of that. And I've been doing a couple of these panels and stuff like that, just to kind of continue to spread knowledge, man.
Yeah, I think some people are just using it. I call it the blessing and the curse of the internet, because now you got so many more people on the internet that are usually not on the internet. And it's kind of is that really dope?
It's a lot. It's a fine line between it being informative and like too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been just kind of getting people to realize in this time, though, that this is the time to build on relationships, rebuild relationships, and like develop them. Because by the end of the day, regardless of the travel, regardless of the studio stuff, like you still have to have relationships with people and stay on the forefront of their mind. So that way, how to work. Like I was listening to the panel you had did with Reggie Young and with who else was on there?
That was Ray Chu, Daniel Moore, Andre Gill, and Kenny Seymour, man. They all MD, like me and you, but in different areas of the game. So it was very informative and cool. And for me, the most informative thing was seeing their path to get to, where they got to. It was interesting to see how Ray Chu has constructed, especially specifically the New York scene, a lot of people's trajectory to what they're doing now, and that's just so dope. You know what I mean? Like I like hearing stories like that, because it inspires people who don't necessarily look to be an MD or that are aspiring to be an MD, and how the grind is real. And sometimes you look up, because of the internet, gift and a curse, like you said, and you think it's easy to do what we do. Or, I know specifically for me, I see a lot of bass players who are killing me playing the bass, but they don't see like the people person and the business acumen and stuff like that. So it's hard to, just assume that everybody knows what it takes. Cause there's so many different levels to it.
Well, that's why I was glad that you touched on the factor of like, you saying like, okay, yeah, I had to go to the dance rehearsal, or I had to worry about the pyro hits. I got to worry about that. And a lot of people don't understand, being an MD, that you're not a music teacher. I'm not teaching you the notes. You know the song. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just together, and I think that's the missing link that I think some people just don't understand. It's not like, hey, I'm in charge, I'm calling to hit the brakes. Like honestly, listen, bro, I had to go do this. Like, you might be cueing me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real. That's real. I've been in many situations, man, where, the team, which I trust, would check me like, yo, that's an E right there. That's not a F sharp, or that's not an E flat. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And it's no ego involved for me at all. At the end of the day, that's why I'm hiring the people to check me and to be on top of the game. Because if we are coming from dance rehearsal or choreo, or, when I was doing Super Bowl, like we was having, calls about how to move the stage on and off the field. Like, you know what I mean? So it had nothing to do with music. They didn't care what was coming off the stage. They was like, can we get this off in 6 minutes? You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think that's what all those conversations about people playing live and not playing live. Listen, some stuff you ain't got a choice. Like,
yeah.
don't. Like, so what's something that you feel like you would love to see people working on, or just a piece of advice you have for just the next up and coming, or even people that's in the now that just, especially in the middle of this transition? Because like I've been telling people, you know, when this is all over, there will be way more work than anyone can handle. You know what I'm saying? And that's
why you think that though.
Just because, like, prime example, you can only be in a certain amount of places.
Yeah.
You're only going to call a certain amount of people to be in a certain amount of places. You know what I'm saying? Right. Which means is now, if you had 10 things you needed to cover, when this is over, you're going to have 20 things to cover. You know what I'm saying? And you already know how we are with picking people and different things like that. It's slim to none as it is sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
I hope that it's an abundance to work, man. I kind of, you know, switching gears from.
Even not in abundance, but when you're talking about every caliber of artist at this point trying to make their
something
money
happen. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was just about to say. I got to be honest and say, like, based off of necessity, you know, I hope the live band thing even sticks, yo. And that's just me being completely honest. It's like we've been unfortunately conditioned to just see the cell phone and the voice right now. So, you know, I think labels are going to could try to continue that conditioning and say, yo, you can go do a tour with a DJ, or you can go do a tour with just a guitar player, or you can go do a tour with the tracks from your album, because we've kept people's attention long enough. The longer we go in this Corona thing, the worse off it is for the live musician. I personally feel like, and I don't have the answers, you know, I'm only speaking my opinion, but I do feel like, you know, we're looking at these versus battles and we're looking at some IG lives, and, you know, I watch some people's IG when I get on there and they're doing tracks and stuff like that. And it's like, or I look at a blog, like they have the range. It's like, you know, people are just singing and it's keeping our attention and it's cool. So, you know, the live element, you know, not for everybody, you know, the John Legends, the Alicia Keys, the Justin Timberlakes, you know, they're going to do what they do with the band. But I mean, for the up and coming person, it's kind of like, do you need that? And I hope that you and a bunch of the other homies and MDs, you know, are in a conversation or on the forefront of people's minds that make those decisions and say, yes, we do need that. You know, it is worth spending the extra money. It is worth, you know, rehearsing longer. It is worth, you know, your show's value to add this element of live to it. So I hope so. I didn't mean to get off on that, but I just...
No, that makes sense, though. I think, like you said, the major factor is just depending on, we don't know how long the trajectory of any of this is. You know what I'm saying? It could be longer or shorter. But, you know, just watching the path of certain musicians, certain artists are like, you know, keeping their bands in the loop. Like, of course, like John, he's going to definitely try to have us in videos if he can. Hey, can y'all record that at home? Can y'all do this at home? Cool.
That's super dope, yeah.
But I think just overall, though, even if it does, let's just say, best case scenario, go back into live. I just want people to understand, like, having the right relationships, you'll be able to get this type of information and knowing where we're going and how you should prepare yourself. Like, I've been telling everybody for a long time, like, listen, bro, I don't care how you get it. Like, own your own gear. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least own your own gear. The rig that you use or would want to use, own that. Because right now, people want to, I mean, I don't like seeing the post of like, man, I wish I could play drums right now. Like, why can't you play drums right now? You don't have a kit. Like, you know, like just the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think the coolest thing now is just seeing people develop and even people like you get on the internet. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. So what you got going on as far as BBE and the next couple of things?
I'm texting Daryl right now. He just asked me for something for Origin as we speak.
There you go. Shout out to the Origin Band. If y'all don't know about the Origin Band, we're going to show some content. The Origin Band right after this, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sorry. So yeah, it's a few things going on, man. I'm excited about we're still trying to continue Sunday Best virtually, so that's cool. I've done a couple of these Corona specials, telethons, pre-records, and stuff like that. And then, moving into television and film, dude, like that's really, where I think long term, my mark can be made in a little different of a way until this live thing comes back. But I've been doing some scoring and some underscore for some films and television. So that's been really, really cool, man. And prepping for the next wave of that when that comes back too. I've had so many things canceled, postponed, whatever you want to call it. So it's hard to, say working on this tour, working on that tour, because I was working on those things before we got shut down and not really sure when they're going to come back. I talked to Recant Wednesday, so we might have something in store for y'all this fall. So that's exciting.
Rihanna guys, like
yeah, man, that's the big homie.
Yeah, we were supposed to go out. They just kind of postponed our stuff. So
yeah, the good thing about what y'all do, man, is timeless music. You got the holiday album. Let's just say we don't open back up till fall. You good?
Yeah, they pushed our. We were supposed to go to Europe in July. They pushed that to February for now.
Okay, got you. Nat on the hook out, loving it.
You heard it? You heard it? Yeah, we've been cutting some stuff with her too, some cool video and some cool content too.
That's great, man. She's super talented.
Yep. But man, we ain't gonna be here all day, people, because we're like family, so we'll talk and keep talking. So we not Adam Blackstone, BBE, my big homie, my big bro. MD to the stars. Hey, you call Quest, you're MD.
Yes.
You're my MD.
I appreciate that, G. It's all love. I'm so proud of you, man. You continue to revolutionize this game with the gear and with all of this technology, and we don't hesitate to call you for advice, and we peers, man. I appreciate you saying that, but I'm so thankful to have you as a brother, as a friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you, and let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Town hall meeting with the mayor. Man, Adam Blackstone, we out. Boom. Man, it's always incredible to sit down and talk to Adam and pick his brain and just learn from him. Please take a look at this clip. This is a highlight reel from Super Bowl that just passed that Adam MD with J-Lo and Shakira. So take a look. It's pretty incredible.
My name is Adam Blackstone, and I am here in beautiful Miami, Florida. We are doing the 2020 Super Bowl 54. I'm prepping with the amazing Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. We have a full BBE All-Star band backing them.
Each time that he calls me, I'm just like, yo, I appreciate it, man. So to get that call is probably the most exciting call you can get.
Another chance to prove that we are one of the tightest units.
My first one was with Madonna in 2012, Super Bowl 46. Then the second one I did with Adam, with Justin Timberlake.
So he could call me with the craziest thing, and it doesn't get much bigger than the Super Bowl.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Just think he just hits it on so many levels.
I met Jennifer and we sat through concepts. Jennifer's process has been, this is what I want. We're going to stick with this one idea and so I can master it. Then flew to Barcelona, Spain, and met with Shakira. And this was the first year that the NFL had announced 2 headliners. I am blessed to have had been the choice. Both ladies came to a conclusion on using as their common musical director.
But I think all the people that are here doing this gig prepare the same way. And at first it's like a gig. I'm checking the date and I'm like, all right, I'm available. Whatever it is, you're there to do your best as a musician.
The arrangements change daily. So it's just knowing the music enough where you can adapt to whatever the changes.
Anything I throw at them, any last minute changes, any of that, like they're right on cue.
We started at 3 p.m. We didn't finish until midnight. Both Shakira and J-Lo BGVs for, the show. Being picked to sing background is an honor because I know that only the best of the best are here.
We're moving over to a rehearsal facility. So when you walk in and see rehearsals, you know, being a dance heavy rehearsal.
Adam had me teach them some choreo to mimic with Shakira.
It's only right that people that are mobile up on stage, with that being myself, Clay, the background singer specifically.
Make that arm a little, bring it down. Want to try the music?
My partner Omar Edwards, with Jay-Z being involved, he makes that real easy. He speaks to Jay, he speaks to the Rock Nation team.
You gotta know your instrument, know your gear, know the music, know the musicians that you're playing with.
Where are you stabbing at, T-Vaughn? What keyboard you saying? And my boy T-Vaughn, who's an amazing programmer, musician, producer.
To consistently work for him or for whatever he's got is a privilege.
So it's rolling. He's done a lot of things with me this year, from Camila Cabello. He also plays with Kanye Sunday Service.
My dad's a percussionist, and actually he did the Super Bowl in 2001.
We're just constantly progressing and getting, you know, fine-tuning the whole squad and team, make sure it's up to our standard, and, you know, and just expand on that.
We're trying to make it right. I got my whole squad working over there. I got T-Vaughn working. Clay just went and cut some guitars. God has been able to do for me is just give me no limits. Not that I saw myself playing at the Super Bowl, but I didn't think that it wouldn't be possible.
Well, as you can see, that's how you get it done. Adam Blackstone, BBE, Super Bowl halftime. That was, I mean, look at that. Rewind it. Look at this again. We will post it. Go to Adam's Instagram. He has a lot of clips and behind the scenes highlight reels that you guys would love. So definitely check that out. But next up is my homeboy. I mean, incredible musician, producer, artist, and a rolling family member. Give it up for my homeboy Sergio and learn everything he's about to teach you, because we talked about a lot.
All right, like I said, we always got the best. We always got the best. Coming all the way from the other side of the pond, my brother right here, Sergio. What's up with you?
What up, my dude?
Man, I'm cooling, you know, just doing this, talking to my people, collaborating, being creative, staying productive. Like, what do you got going on? Well, hold on. Before you say that, everybody, if you don't understand the type of music and the different things Sergio's doing, and Sergio he said, you know what, I don't want to be a producer. I'm going to be an artist too, you know, because he's that good. So tell us what you've been up to and some of the new music you're working on and who you're collaborating with. And I'll ask you the question after you bring this up to speed.
I appreciate you having me here, man, for real. Like, this is real cool. I'm blessed to be here. Yeah, man, just in the studio right here all the time, just working, putting out content, putting out music, recording new videos, you know, feeding the people.
Yeah.
Just out here trying to get through the time, being creative, being productive, not hitting pause for a second.
Do you feel like you're creating enough music to keep up with the request?
Oh man, never, never.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's so many more people on the internet nowadays that's like you can never satisfy everybody.
But at the same time, it's kind of made me take a step back and, you know, reevaluate what I do to a certain extent, and really kind of dive into my creativity and not be scared or shy to do something that's completely different that I've always wanted to do. You know, because now we have the platform. Now people's ears and eyes are open. And there's no restrictions, there's no rules, there's no game plan, there's nothing.
Right.
Content, put it out, you know? So it's a lot of production, a lot of content, a lot of singles, putting out music, finally, as an artist, which is cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, working.
And is it a bit of an issue, like working on 2 different time zones? Well, probably 3 or 4 time zones, huh?
It used to be, but I think for the last 5 years, I've been on when I'm not in the States, I've been on a backward time zone out here anyway. So I start working at midnight and work through to 10, 11 a.m. and keep in touch with everybody out there. So,
okay. So you basically adjusted your home schedule to...
Basically. I don't know what that's doing for my health, you know, but it's definitely getting the work done.
I mean, you got to look at it like this. Some people work overnight.
Yeah, that's true. It's no different. I got a night job. I got the night shift. You know?
There you go, the night shift. Hey, listen, you would think when nobody sleep, but everybody.
I kind of like that. You know, when the world settles down, that's when I come alive, because the whole world around you is just kind of chill now. So
right. I know you're working on a lot of music right now. Who's somebody you would want to collaborate with?
Yeah, I know you can help me with this. this one too. So I got a song that I'm sending on for Brandy. So
ooh, Brandy.
Yeah, Brandy.
A good friend of mine, DJ Camper, he's a producer. He produced her and a bunch of different things. He works with Brandy right now, and they're working on a bunch of cool projects. Shout out to DJ Camper. That's my birthday twin too. 525. May boys, Geminis. But
birthday's coming right up, man.
Coming up. It's coming up. I'm gonna be right in the house or in my yard barbecuing.
We're gonna celebrate on Zoom.
Yeah, we'll celebrate on Zoom. So we were talking about some of the things you have working on, and you got Brandy that you want to get something to. Who else? Who's like a producer you want to collaborate with?
I want to collaborate with. There's so many. I've been really lucky to be in the room and collaborate with a lot of people, meet a lot of people. Like, thanks to our guys Kristen and Brian, I got to go to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis studio last time I was there, and that was insane. So I definitely want to do some work with them.
Shout out to Brian and Kristen. Ooh,
that's the fam.
Oh yeah.
So I was, I was lucky to get to the States the first time with Teddy Riley, and I lived with Teddy. We did a lot of work together, and that's my big burnout. But
what's crazy? So that was one of my first gigs. I've known Teddy for like 15 years,
Yeah, man, Teddy is the GOAT.
He's a genius, and a lot of people don't really understand. He's really a gearhead.
He really, that's all
really a gearhead.
All we talk about, he's like, oh man, I'm developing this new thing with this guy in China or something. I'm like, all right,
yeah, and then this and that, yeah, all the time, down to cell phones though.
Yeah, all the time. He loves that. So yeah, but besides the guys that I've been fortunate to work with and all that, I'd love to just meet a whole bunch of different people and keep collaborating. I'd love to get in a room with Dre. I'd love to get in a room with, people like Battle Cat and stuff like
that.
Man,
I love Cat.
I know Cat, but, I've yet to work with him. So
yeah, we toured together with Snoop. I was MDing Snoop for a while, and Battle Cat was out, and a lot of 1500 was of course still in the mix. So shout out to Rance and all those guys. And yeah, those are my brothers, man. So I love being around people that are just so wise and just have so much knowledge, and they're cool people, For sure. I think that's what makes the whole thing to me. As far as gear, let's talk about some gear, because you're a gearhead like me. What's the first piece of gear you own that made you feel like I have a real piece of equipment?
Oh, you know what? Man, I remember my first keyboard. It was like a kid's keyboard with the speakers on it and all that stuff. And I figured out a way to MIDI that to my computer with these old MIDI cables. And I downloaded the worst sound software that you can find using the worst sound card from a computer.
Yeah.
I figured out a way to make beats with that, So that, even though it wasn't like a serious piece of gear at all, it made me feel like I was really a beat maker.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes gear though. It's not really about how serious it is or what level it is. It's what you do with it and what you make out of it, because that's a part of your sound. That's an extension of you. And that's how I just always feel about gear. My first piece of gear that I really had in my possession that made me really feel it was an XP80. That was my first keyboard. I learned on a D5 and the JX8P. That's what I learned on. But once I got an XP80, I was like, all right, cool. And it had like the sequencer in there, and I can just,
Oh man, I used to have to do ghetto recordings on like virtual turntables and use beats and all that kind of stuff. Like just try to figure out a way to put everything together, because I didn't know how to use recording software. I didn't have any, and then one of my friends found Fruity Loops, because that's where everyone starts,
Yep.
The FL, and yeah, that's where it started, man. But then I started buying, real synths, and it's turned into like an addiction now, and I just can't have enough. And
yeah, a lot of people are like, well, what makes that one so different from that one? Hey, listen, ain't none of your business. It's different to me.
Different to me, and every synth does something different. People don't realize that,
Yeah.
But, I still have that addiction. I still can't wait for the next one. I get the new one, and I'm like, all right, what's next? Tell me. Come on, Roland. I want to know what's next.
Come on, y'all. We need something new.
We need something new. This has been out for 3 weeks. Sold already. Nah.
Right. And that's the other thing. I think that's the other thing about technology that I realized early on. A lot of people they gravitate towards technology later than other people sometimes. And by the time they really want it, it's like, yeah, so let's discontinue.
Yeah. And it's just technology is moving so fast.
Yeah.
There's always so much that you can be doing, but by the time a new piece of gear comes out, the game has changed already. So it's like, we need to keep developing.
Yeah.
The fan's been staying up on technology and up on the game. So every piece of gear, the fandom is incredible.
Man, it's really incredible.
Really incredible. It took me a while to get, into the, the deep end.
Yeah, I think every piece of gear I get, I like to figure out how I can utilize it the way I would use the old one and then dig into the new things. I think that's kind of always like the process. And then a lot of my homies, they'll call me when they're like gearing up for something and want to put it in their rig. And they're just like, all right, listen, I know it does this, but how do I get it to do what the old one did? And it's like, okay, well, so this is how you start this off.
Right. Changes.
Make that also cool.
But yeah, man, the options in that, the things you can do with it is just limitless. And I've really been getting into it in this time and trying to find different ways to utilize it in my setup and my rig. And it's just an incredible piece of gear. And, I'm just rolling stuff all over the room. So I'm just like looking around, like, what do I have? But I just got
it's like, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, what do I have?
Yeah, but I just got my hands on the XM and I'm about to dive into that little one.
Man, there's so much in there in a good way.
I can't wait.
So much.
I might need to give you a call for that.
Hey, listen, let's do it. Hey, everybody, I'm saying it first. Look out for a Rolling at Home video. Man, Tom, Sergio. We're going to do something together. We got to do something.
We're going to do something together 1,000,000%.
Oh, yeah. Cool. We're going to get the people what they want. The people want worldwide music. What better way than it to be from Australia and Philly, worldwide?
Second home, man. I lived out there. I love Philly. That's my home out there. So I can't wait to come back and check.
What's something you love about Philly?
We got the plants as well. So we're already set to do some videos. What do I love about Philly? I love everything about Philly, man. The culture, the vibe, the people out there are just a different breed of people, and it was real humbling being out there and just kind of seeing. Being around real people, real stories, real music. The music is different out there, man. Like the music that comes out of Philly it's special. It comes from somewhere real. It's real soul, real R&B. It's like, you can just stumble across that, anywhere you go. And it's definitely got like a vibe and something that I'll never forget living out there. It was just the coolest experience. And, but I kind of really took the time to just get to know the culture out there more than anything. More than making music, more than linking up with people out there to work. I was just out and about, just meeting people.
Yeah, I mean, because at that point, when you soaking up the culture and you're going out on walks and you're enjoying food, and it just gives you the inspiration to be able to create. And I always like in touring, it's like I started naming like my sessions after where I was at. Like you kind of try to find a name, and it's just like. Bangkok track 2. Like,
yeah. Oh man, I remember I did a whole EP out there and I named it Philadelphia. I never put it out, but I did.
You might have to dig back in the crates for that one.
Yeah, I might have to just drop a few nuggets out there, drop a few gems. But yeah, I did a whole EP out there and I called it Philadelphia because it inspired me so much. And I feel like I love Philly because that was the point while I was in Philly that I realized that I knew what I wanted my sound to be. And I knew where I wanted to go musically and creatively. Like it was in Philly, because of Philly that my sound started to change. And, I've always, LA is my home. Like I love LA, but Philly really kind of changed the game for me musically. So I'll always have that, something in here for Philly.
Yeah.
And it's really like lasted, all these years. And it's till this day, I find myself just like, oh yeah, remember that thing you did in Philly? Pull that up. Let's, get those sounds. And
I think the amazing thing is that no matter what, just as musicians, as producers, artists, as creatives, we always find like some sort of similarity. And it's so amazing to me because that's like a building block for relationships, because you don't jump in about just talking about music. It's like, oh yeah, you used to live here, or hey, you visited here, or hey, you've played there, or hey, you've worked with this person. You know, I mean, I've been to Australia, you've been to Philly, you've lived in Philly, we've both worked with Teddy Riley, we've both are part of Rolling Family. It's just like so crazy that over time, like you just kind of start like finding these little nuggets. Like I think it's pretty cool.
Of course, and it really, you know, it builds relationships that really last the test of time. Like I found friends for life through this.
Yeah.
And I found brothers and sisters and everything in between. And, you know, the Rolling family is one, you know, like my bro right here, this genius, you know, and for real, like it's real cool. It's eye-opening and really a blessing to be able to connect with so many amazing people, because I want to be surrounded by people I can learn from.
Yeah.
I don't know it all, you know, but I'm trying to figure it out, you know? So,
yeah, I always tell people, you know, and I feel like I might have touched on this on pretty much every episode of this. relationships are so important, man. Especially, you know, people got time right now. Reach out to somebody, say hi, check on them. How are you doing? How's the family? Like, yo, I was working on this record. If you want to jump on it, cool. Or hey, if you're working on anything, hit me up. I'd love to collaborate with you. You know, I just think relationships are important, and right now is a good time to build them, rebuild them, refurbish them, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's just a good time. Like, for sure, we gonna definitely stay connected to make sure, you know,
this is just the first, you know. So tell me, what do you love about Australia? I gotta ask you. You ask me. Come on,
man. So I just like the vibe. You know, it's always so peaceful and relaxing, and you know, you can go out and have a good time. Like there are, like, if you into the club scene, like at one point when I would go to rappers, like we would go to the clubs and like that whole thing. But you know, it was always a vibe. Like, and I love the festivals out there too, because it's like all the people really. I think honestly, it's just traveling the world and being in different places and just knowing that people appreciate live music, and you know, you as a music director, like you put this show together and you just hope people like it, and then you just do a world tour, and it's just like, wow, like collectively hundreds of thousands of people just had the time in their life to something I was just sitting home in my studio working on, like, you know. So I think like it's like the cross between Australia really being fun and nice and beautiful in the culture, and y'all got Nando's. But outside of that, it's also just, like I said, just the world is just different. Like, you know, performing music in a different place. And I love the accent.
The accent? Oh man, I'm so insecure. I feel like I hope people understand everything I'm saying. But yeah, man, it's crazy because, like you said, you know, when you travel the world doing music, and it takes you to places where English isn't even the first language, but language is not a barrier at all. You know, the music breaks that. There's never any miscommunication when it comes to this music thing. It's incredible.
Incredible. They may not be able to speak a lick of English, but I'll tell you this: they know every word to that song in English.
Yep. Exactly. It's crazy. You know, it's really crazy. And like I work with artists that can't speak English, but somehow we found a way to do it. You know,
yeah.
Made a song. We made a record. We put it out. We've done well in different countries. In Japan, in Greece, in places like that. And it's crazy to think that although we can't communicate like that, like how you and I communicate, we still made music. We still made good music. We still built a bond and a friendship, and it's crazy. And music, man, you know, it's music.
Yeah, it's the world's most universal language. I think that's what they say.
That's the same. Yeah.
Sounds about right. If not, that's what I'm gonna say.
Kind of like something Michael Jackson said.
Yeah. With love, LOVE, love. Yeah. So before we get out of here, man, what's a piece of advice or something you want creatives or different people even people that are just getting into this, or just something universal that you could tell to people?
Wow. Let's see. Piece of advice. I'm trying to think of something that's not typical or very corny or anything like that, but the piece of advice, like, I'm just trying to think of what I follow. I just try to have fun with it, man, for real. Like, you know,
do it because you love it.
Yeah, man. Like, I know that's like a corny, typical thing to say, but every time you step in the room, there's always that moment when you're making music where you kind of stand up from the chair and you're walking around the room like, this is the moment. Like, I'm really feeling this. Like, this is right. This is sitting right. And, you know, but also surround yourself with good people, man, good teachers, good people that you're going to learn from, people that are really going to help you get to that next level. And there's room for everybody,
Yeah, I agree.
There really is. And don't be scared to bring something different to the table. It's sometimes it's a harder and longer road to travel, but it's so fulfilling in the end to be able to be that guy that just does it. Something different that, people really kind of gravitate to you because of you.
Right.
Your personality, and just be a cool dude. That's it.
Just be a cool, you know what? I know that might seem cliche and standard, but that's real though. Just be a cool dude.
Just be cool, you gotta be kind, you gotta be polite, and tomorrow's not promised, man. And you want to leave your mark in the right way. You want to, like my whole goal in life is to live forever and through what I do on all that. Legacy for sure. And it's not just about the music. It's about
be a cool dude, build a legacy,
and don't
be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. And this is coming from the guy that was afraid, real insecure about my music, all that stuff. But I've gone to a place where I'm so comfortable in what I do, and you attract the same kind of people. People like that. It's just beautiful, humble, beautiful people that you can collab with and learn from. And I think that's the most important thing. And be a cool dude.
Cool.
That's it. I'll say it a million times. Just be cool.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, man, before we get out of here, man, I just want to say thank you, man. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. The world appreciates you for the good music that you're putting out there, man. Because a lot of people contaminate with the world with things that aren't great, and you're contaminated with great things, filling it up with great energy and great music. Everybody, look out, because we're gonna do a Rolling at Home. We're gonna figure something out. We're gonna do something together. We got too many synchronizations in there where we were supposed to do something and sometime soon.
Hey, but before we get out of here, I just got to say, much love and a big shout out to all of the Roland family, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
To here, Japan, to everywhere. Like, these guys have shown so much love and so much support for what I do. And I could see her name all the names, but it's literally the whole family. The whole family.
And I think that's what's cool about it, because like you said, literally the whole family. You know what I'm saying?
Family. It's a big orange family, and it's not even. This is not a plug. This is not anything like that. This is for real. Like, these guys have supported me outside of the Roland business and in every which way possible, and like that I appreciate more than anything. Love to my whole Roland family. I love you guys. It's for life.
Love, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. I'm gonna see you soon, though.
Oh yeah. Peace.
If I could be king, even for a day, I'd take you as my queen. I'd have it no other way, and our love would rule in this kingdom we had made. Yeah, till then I'll be a fool, wishing for a day that I can change the world. Oh, I will be the sunlight in your universe. Ooh, you would think my love was really something good, baby. If I could, ooh, change the world, baby. If I could, oh, change the world. If I could change
How incredible was that? My guy Sergio, man, amazing. Shout out to Blackstone, Sergio, my Florida Georgia Line guys, man. As you can see, everyone's staying creative and collaborating, working with this person, working with that person, building relationships, and coming together to make like beautiful music. So I want you guys to, you know, continue to do what you're doing at home, post using the hashtag rolling at home so that we can find it and share it. Like we're about to share these videos right about now. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to Roland. Music Cares. We are here. And all of you beautiful people at home tuning in, just stay tuned for another episode of Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. Until then, peace, love, and be safe.
At this moment in our history, we are honored to join. We are here benefiting music cares.
Never lost that spirit and soul for turning people on to music that
we love. Linda Perry calls your phone, you pick up.
You know, we like to share the process here, and I think we may have some fun.
I feel what we're curating is really great information, great entertainment.
Anytime, call me, I'm there.
Am I still on the internet?
to the front of the almighty two-breath ninja. Our bodies are on fire. We keep hoping for a savior. Our bodies are on fire. We keep praying for a savior. But who will save the day today? And I want to know who will stay. I wanna know. I wanna Here we go, fighting about the same thing, holding a grudge on everything. Here we go, you said that you would through me, now that you can't get enough of me. Here we go, fighting about the same thing, holding a grudge on everything. Here we go, you said that you would through me, now that you can't get enough of me. Here we go. 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 Here we Here we Get away from here. I'm gonna get away.